Morning, gang. It's Monday morning. Yes, indeed. Monday, the 21st of September 2020. Good morning and welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire. Well, that's a good start to the show. A super chat already. Thank you very much to Mr. Peter Wright. Good God, a super chat already. A tip. You might not like the show, Peter. You know, maybe you should wait a little bit longer. You know, because if you don't like the show, no returns. Oh, dear, no, dear. It's like in the post office or in Mrs. Patel's, who runs the newsagent near me in Bracknell. You know, it's like in there. Once you've left the building, there's no returns, I'm afraid, my darling. Once payment has been made, that's it, no returns. What if I say something that you don't like, Peter? Well, which is unusual for me, as you well know, but I might do. And you might say, well, I want my £5 back. Unfortunately, there's no mechanism in which I could send you a £5 back. You two don't do that. So you must be very, very happy with my entertainment that provided completely free of charge to the millions of people all over the world. No licence fee required to watch this show. Ah! There you go. Here are some tickets for you. There you go. 254 to 258. 5 free raffle tickets in exchange for your very kind, very, if I might say so myself, very generous tip this morning. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. All right, gang. Welcome along. Let's put those in there. Welcome along to our little show. As you can see, the flamingo is making another appearance this morning. But first of all, someone's bit someone's ear. Do you know, I can't lie to you. As a younger person, I had a bit of a fetish with ears. I know it sounds silly. No, I didn't put them up myself or anything like that, or start touching inappropriately, things like that. No, I used to pinch them. I just used to like to pinch people's ears. Ask my sister. I would go to her ears and I would pinch her ears. I had an ear fetish. Anyone else have one of those? I didn't used to bite them. I know some people like their ears nibbled. Do you like your ears nibbled? Do you? Go on, tell me. Do you like your ears nibbled? Nibbling ears. Very tasty. You've got to be very careful. It's all about the pressure of the teeth on the ear. You know, don't bite. You don't want to cause pain and suffering. We've got Mandy Davenport here on this show to record, to cause pain and suffering for pain and suffering for those of you that don't behave, gang. Don't worry about that. She's ready. She's ready. She'll probably pop up now because she's heard the noise. You know, it's okay, Mandy. Just letting them know how things are. You don't really want to cause pain and suffering by nibbling someone's ears. It's just quite a nice thing, isn't it? You know. Just round the edge, not sort of in the middle there. No, I don't want to be in the middle. Not that bit there, whatever that bit is there that sticks out, that sometimes I get hairs growing out of. Why does that happen to older people? Hairs start growing everywhere, dear. Blooming everywhere they are. Even my sister is starting to grow a little bit of a beard. I did notice that. I didn't like to tell her. She's growing a bit of a beard. I think she might be having those hormone tablets. You know, those ones to make you a little bit more manly. I don't know why she'd be taking one of those. Maybe she just mixed up, you know, the headache tablets at the chemist with those what are they called now? I don't know what they're called, dear. Those tablets, what make you grow hairs. Why is she taking some of those? Anyway, she is growing a little... Don't tell her I told you that, will you, for Christ's sake. She does seem to be growing a little bit of a beard, my sister. Well, someone's bitten someone's ear. In the Daily Mail this morning, a British man accused of biting off part of a fellow passenger's ear moments after their flight from Birmingham touchdown in Majorca has been arrested. It was probably all the excitement of leaving somewhere as ghastly as Birmingham. See, these people that live in Birmingham, they venture out of their city for the first time in many years. Oh, what's that? Oh my God, a tree. Something green. It's all concrete. All concrete. Ghastly place. Oh, yeah, but we got Selfridges. And? Have you seen the Selfridges building? It's one of the most awful pieces of architecture I've seen in my entire life, dear. The 29-year-old was held after officers called to deal with the altercation on the Ryanair, say no more. That's the sort of people you get on there. People that eat other people. Cannibals, boys and girls. Ryanair was set up, I believe, years ago to transport cannibals about. There's a good chance you'll get eaten if you go on a Ryanair flight. It's true. Because when those little people come up, oh, hello, would you like any sandwiches? Just, oh, we'll have a ham sandwich, please. There you go. £250, please. Ooh. Oh, I'll just have the cup of tea. Okay, £150, please. Ooh. They can't afford to buy sandwiches, so they start eating everyone. As is the case from this British man flying from Birmingham, trying to escape Birmingham for a few days. I mean, you can't blame him. But he got so hungry on there, couldn't afford one of the Ryanair sandwiches, so bit someone instead. The incident happened on a plane which has just touched down at Majorca's Palma Airport from Birmingham on Thursday. These are the sort of people you get on Ryanair, dear. You won't catch me on one of those planes. Oh, is it? Hello? Are we sitting down there? Oh, can you move up a bit? Not really. I'm already moved up. While you're trying to avoid touching people next to you. I mean, forget the virus. People on Ryanair flights. You don't really want to be jammed up against someone, do you? Do you know what I mean? And what's that smell on those planes? Oh, it's people. Police said they arrested the holidaymaker after he downed another passenger's drink while the plane was still in the air before his drunken assault. He's nicking people's beers. That happens in pubs, as you well know. The civil guard said in a statement a 29-year-old has been arrested on suspicion of wounding following an incident on board a plane that had just touched down at Palma Airport. The crew on... I mean, there's a few things that are pretty obvious, which isn't surprising that this has happened. Birmingham, Ryanair, and Majorca. I mean, do I need to carry on with the story? Do you know what I mean? Birmingham, Ryanair, and Majorca. You haven't got to say much more than that, have you? Be honest. If I'd have said to you, Chapel Hill, British Airways, Bahamas, you wouldn't expect this story, would you? Well, be honest, you wouldn't, would you? Or even if I'd have said, Portsmouth, P&O Ferries, Isle of Wight, you wouldn't expect it, would you? If I'd have said to you, Bracknell, British Rail, Isle of Skye, you wouldn't expect it. But when I say to you Birmingham, Royal Air and Ryanair and Majorca, it makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Thank you, God, for allowing me not to live in Birmingham and dreadful, ghastly places like that. Amen. The crew on the plane from Birmingham asked us for assistance on Thursday night following a problem linked to a passenger who had been denied alcohol during the flight. Give me a drink, give me a drink. You know what they're like. They're on a plane, so they feel they must drink. How does that come about? How is that even? You know, I don't drink on planes at all. I have that free glass of champagne. We get them in those seats. It's like orange juice or champagne. Who are you kidding, darling? I love the glass of champagne, please. Leave the bottle there. One glass of champagne. That's a long haul flight to Australia and back. I'll have one single glass of champagne. That's it. And then copious, and I mean copious amounts of tea. I'm glugging this thing down, you know. They're queuing up at the toilet while I'm getting rid of my last cup of tea. I hate those toilets on planes, don't you? Oh, I can't bear them. First of all, you get in, just get in, and then you try and lock that door, that folding door behind you. And then you stand there, don't you? You stand, just a moment. Let's change for another camera. We've got multi-cameras in here, dear. It's a very professional setup. You know, you're standing there, you know, like that. I won't face you. You stand there like this, don't you? And you're weeing, you know, and the plane's moving like that. Isn't it? Or you're sitting on there. You're sitting on there, got a little bit of constipation, you're just about to go, and the seatbelt doing up sign comes on. And they start knocking on the door. Will you be much longer? Can you sit down, sir? It's just half out at the moment. Oh, how awful that is. I hate them. And even when you manage to finish, there's no water in the bottom of that toilet. So while you're still in there, the smell starts coming up. Oh. And then you get up, you finish doing your business, and you push that button. And this air suck. I mean, make sure you're off the toilet before you push that button. Highly dangerous. How is that even allowed? Dangerous toilets on planes. Larger people must run the risk of being kind of stuck. If you push that button too early, you could get stuck to the toilet. Couldn't you? Awful. And then you try and get out the door. Of course, at the front of the plane, in the old business class seats, and I always say to this to you, if you're going on a holiday, don't worry about a posh hotel. You don't need to be in a posh hotel. 2 stars is perfectly all right. Spend the money on the flight. You'll be so much more comfortable. Even in the business class seats, do you know what we get in the toilet? Do you know what we get? We get a little flower. Yes! Oh, it's wonderful, dear. You know you've arrived when you go on a plane and there's a little flower in the toilet. Isn't it nice? Don't you think that's nice? Little flower in the toilet. There it is, next to the soap dispenser. Wonderful. Anyway, I don't suppose this bloke would have seen anything like that. Not on a Ryanair plane, dear. Ryanair? The man, the crew from the plane in Birmingham asked for assistance. The man who was drunk and had ignored their instructions and at one point had even tried to open a fridge with alcohol inside it before consuming a drink another passenger had purchased. How would you think that you've got a right to go on a plane and open up a fridge? Nothing to do with you. These people, you couldn't make it up, could you? The same sort of people that chuck rubbish out of the car, which I went picking up yesterday again. They entered the aircraft and saw the detainee attacking another passenger after biting off part of his right ear. He was overpowered and arrested. Well, forget the overpowering the arrested. Why do you have to overpower them? Just taser him. Taser him. Oh, he might have a bad heart. Well, he shouldn't do it then, should he? I've got no time for these people who do stuff like that. Absolutely no time for them at all. What are you blooming liberal leftists? Oh, he might have something wrong with him. Well, shouldn't have done it then, should he? The victim, a compatriot of the man arrested, had to be taken to a hospital in Palma, where he was admitted because of the injuries he had suffered after being assisted initially by police at the airport. Neither of the men have been named yet. It's just shocking, that is. Absolutely shocking. Bit is blooming it. That's not the only plane story we have today, boys and girls. We have another aircraft story. Slightly longer version. And this isn't a Daily Mail, this one. This whole virus thing is going out of control. Oh, we must be finished by 11 today, dears. There's a big announcement on the telly. Yes, scientists, actual live scientists, are going to appear on a TV screen near you at 11 o'clock with announcements about the virus. It's all out of control again, dear. Lockdown number 2 on its way. I've been telling you for months to build up your stocks of food. Did you listen? No, didn't listen, did you? Tins, frozen stuff, all down at my house. Loads of stuff I've got in now. I wouldn't have to go out the house for 2 or 3 months. Seriously. Must be prepared. That's because I was in the Scouts. Be prepared. I promise that I will do my duty to God and the Queen to help other people and keep the Scout law. One of which is be prepared. Who was in the Scouts? You were in the Scouts? No. Didn't they want you in there? Why is that then? Why didn't they want you in there? Didn't pay your subs, did you? 30 pence a week. That's all it was. Subs. Anyway, in this Daily Mail, this is a bit concerning. And I can't believe, there's part of this story I'm finding very difficult to believe because we don't usually have that problem in the seats what I sit on. A single passenger infected 15 others with the COVID-19 on a 10-hour trip from London to Vietnam. A new study published by the Centres for Disease Control has shown. The report shows how the unidentified woman, who's only 27, unknowingly spread the virus back in March. It shows how the female traveller, who had a sore throat prior to flying, infected 12 passengers in business class. 12 passengers in business class? We don't usually have anything like that happen up that end. How is that even possible? 12 passengers in business class, 2 in economy, and a crew member out of the 217 on board. Why 12 in business class? She was seated in business class. What, someone like that? With an infection, sitting in business class. We don't usually have stuff like that. You know, sometimes you get these stories about planes crashing and all that, and all them people dying, right? Not in the business class, they don't. That's why you pay extra. You don't want any hassle. It's it's lovely. I want to save up and just do that. That's what I do. If I want to fly, then I save up the money. I'm not rich. I save up the money for that seat. It's my little thing. Don't have a family or anyone to look after, you know. So that's what I do. I save up for that seat. There's no turbulence. Dinner 24 hours a day. We have live entertainment. There's a drag show. Singers come on. Comedians. Last time I was on there, we had Bruce Forsyth. I mean, he's dead now, but it was wonderful to see him on there. Then the food. It's like a running buffet, the whole journey. Oh, it's wonderful, dear. You know, we don't have someone pop out now and again. Twice in a 12-hour flight with a little plastic plate with a few morsels of stuff. A lot of people don't realise that stuff that you get on the little plastic plate, that's the leftovers from the business class people and the first class people. We have them. Have you not noticed how late the dinners come when you're in the economy seats? I don't even like to say that word, to be honest, economy seats. Have you not noticed? It's always chopped up into fine pieces. Yeah, that's our old stuff that we didn't want. Literally, as we get onto the plane, you know, after you lot have been sitting there possibly 2 to 3 hours, when is this plane going to take off? We haven't got on yet. That's what's happening. You're waiting for us. And we get on this little plane, and it was dreadful once. What is that smell? They hadn't closed the curtain, the economy curtain, and the smell was coming through. It was absolutely ghastly. Dreadful smell coming through. Got on there, turn left, and as you turn left, would you like me to take your jacket, sir? And you take your jacket off and you give it to the lady or the boy. I quite like to be served by a boy usually on the plane, you know. All very perfectly dressed. British Airways, of course. Oh, sorry. British Airways, of course, you know. All nicely, a lot of plucked eyelashes and things like that and all that business. Wonderful. You take the drink and you're back to say, would you like a glass of champagne, sir? Oh, yeah, just a glass of champagne, sir. And then you sit down and immediately a meal is served. The plane hasn't even taken off yet. And then the captain comes through. He opens his little door at the front where we're very close to. And he comes and, you know, he shakes. Oh, hello, Mr. Reardon, please. He knows all your names. I mean, I don't suppose he's got a good memory for a moment. You know, he's just got the list of names there written down in front. Hello, Mr. Reardon. Welcome back to British Airways. Thank you very much. Here's a little gift for you. And you get a little bag of goodies. You know, it might be something small and like a gold watch. £500 spending money in the currency of your choice. In Australia, of course, that would be in Australian dollars. That's the way to go. Then you sit down and immediately a meal arrives. You know, be something like swordfish or I can't think what else now, or veal or something like that. So we're sitting there munching away, and a little plane takes off. A lady comes, and she does the safety thing. You know, with that thing, the water. That thing that you blow up in case the plane crashes, which it doesn't happen in business class. That doesn't happen. In case the plane crashes into the water, you've got that life jacket, haven't you? She comes on, but she don't just stand there and no, it's an entertainment. It's a whole show. It goes on for an hour and a half, this show. And little friends come in, you know, other members of British Airways, all very nicely dressed. And they show you how to put the safety thing on, the air. Oh, what's that called? I can't remember what the damn thing's called now. You know, the life jacket. They show you how to do it. But they don't show you once. They show you in all different items of clothing, depending, because you could be wearing something else. Might have to wear it differently, mightn't you? You come out, okay? You're on that plane. Now, obviously, down the back of the plane, I don't like to mention it too much, down the back of the plane, okay, they're there with their uniforms and they put this thing on and do it up and you're thinking, oh, that's well and good. Have you got one of those uniforms on? Of course you haven't. You haven't got a Ryanair uniform on, have you? Or a British Airways uniform. You might be sitting there in your swimming trunks. Some people have got some very strange ideas of how to dress in business class, really. Moth-eaten old jumpers. Was one lad on there in a tracksuit, I kid you not. In a tracksuit. I mean, he looked very nice, but sorry. I think you're dressed inappropriately to be at this part of the plane, if you don't mind me saying so. God. But they come on, it's a whole hour and a half show, the safety thing, in different items. And then on come the boys. That's my favourite part, when they come in their little swimming shorts. They've got a towel around and glasses on, dark glasses like that, like they're on the beach. All the hair is like, what they've done is put the wet stuff on to make it look like they've just got out of the pool. Obviously, they can't have just got out of the pool, not on a plane. I mean, for Christ's sake, don't be silly. And they come on in their little shorts and that's all they've got on, and they do the safety video with that. And then in evening wear, and then in other items of clothing. It's wonderful. So we've had the meal, we've had the safety video, we've been shaking the pilot's hand again, who incidentally pops back every 15 minutes. Everything all right, sir? Yeah, thanks ever so much, darling. I did ask, I said, can I ask who's flying the plane at the moment? He said, oh, my autopilot. Yeah, it's all automatic. Don't have to be even in there. He's just up and down. He sits next to me. I'm having my glass of champagne. Can I get you a glass of champagne? She said, no, it's all right. It's all free for us. And he orders a glass of champagne. She says it was a bit legless, actually, by the time I finished chatting to him. Mind you, I must be honest, I think a lot of people get drunk when I'm talking. Yeah. It's like they don't really want to listen sometimes. I know you find that hard to believe. Yeah, so he disappears back. And then around come the duty frees, which is quite nice. We get those in the business class as well, yeah. Oh, no. Not, don't be silly. No, not Toblerone chocolate. No. What? Not bottles of perfume. But, well, I mean, we do have bottles of perfume come through to our particular type of duty free. It's not the same as you get down, I can't say that word again, I've said it too many times, down the back. Not those sort of duty frees. We're not talking a little Casio watches. You know, $49.99, £20 off. Christ's sake, dear. We're not talking, you know, if sometimes on these little internal flights to Scotland, we're not talking like tartan scarves or stuff like that. Oh, no. Rolex watches is what they sell at the front, dear. £50,000. £50,000 Rolex watches. They're coming through on the... There's no magazine. You don't get a magazine that's flicking through these nasty little crusty pages that 10 people have touched before you. We don't have any of that. Someone comes out. There's a little room at the front. Someone comes out and they've got all this jewellery and all this on. And what they're doing, of course, is advertising the products that they're selling. What a great idea. The boys, they come out in those Louis Vuitton suits. It does look a bit odd sometimes if they're wearing the Louis Vuitton suits and the Louis Vuitton trainers, which start at about £850. Gold dripping off them. Oh, that's a nice bracelet. Yes, duty-free available today, £8,500. Cash or cheque? No, that's in. Sorry, I've got something wrong there. Cash or card. I beg your pardon. They're not doing cheques anymore on there. Right? And then if you decide to buy something, no one goes and gets a little machine. That doesn't happen. They don't get, I'll just go and get the machine and put your, can I have your card? But it doesn't happen. You're just charged to your account. That's how it works. Don't need to push buttons or touch things. drinks like that? What's all that about? God's sake. I don't know. And then when we get off the plane, you know when that plane's moving, right? You know when the plane's moving, okay? It's landed now. Well, not that you'd notice it had landed in business class, because we have extra springs there. Yeah, there's none there's, oh, it's coming down to land. Bang! Oh! And your drink goes everywhere if you're still holding it. Oh, of course, you can't hold the drinks at that point in the back, can you? We've still got our drinks. But then we can, you know, the plane lands, right? And you're like, excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. Yes, Mr. Ridden. When's the plane's land? Oh, it's already landed. Oh, has it? And you're sitting there, don't even realise it's landed because we've got extra springs in the front of the plane. It's wonderful. Don't even know it's landed. And then the plane moves out, and literally, as the plane stops, immediately the door opens. How many times are you sitting there at the back of that plane, and you're sitting there 10 minutes, like, the plane lands, and they're all like that. Have you seen them? Have you seen them? They're all watching that blooming light, aren't they? Waiting for that light to go out. And then it comes. You know, the pilot gets out his little xylophone. Only one little note on there. Dong, like that. And the light goes out, doesn't it? Dong. It's wonderful. Such musical people on British Airways. They really are. Dong. The light goes. And they're all up, aren't they? Trying to get their bags out. Oh, no. We don't even put our seatbelts on at the front. Not necessary. It's never going to crash if you're sitting in the front, is it? Huh? Literally, the plane stops. Immediately, the doors open, the light floods in, and we're out, mate. We're out. We're gently, we come down we have an escalator at the front of the plane in business class. Oh, yes, escalators. In fact, we have a moving walkway inside the plane as well. So we simply, I mean, it's a bit of an effort, but we get up from our seat and we step over onto the moving walkway on the front of that plane. And the moving walkway becomes an escalator and takes us down, and then we step off that into one of the cars that are waiting to whisk us to the airport. You get in your car, whisks you to the airport. You get to the airport, and at the door, someone is waiting with your cases. You're going to wait for this great big thing going round and round, and all those awful cases. Some of them are absolutely ghastly, aren't they? Some of them have these rainbow ribbons all over them. I don't know what all that's about. Rainbow ribbons. Awful. Around comes my set of cases. Except it doesn't, because someone's waiting at the front for me. People's cases going, we don't have to go to that. The little man is waiting. Hello, Mr. Reardon. And again, it's like they know you already. It's weird. There's no one standing there, it's like this, You've seen them. You've seen them at those entrance gates or whatever they're called. They're standing like this. The little foreign people are standing there like this, aren't they? Reardon. There's no one like that. I get to the door. Mr. Reardon? Yes? Hello, I've come to take you to your hotel. And there's a man standing there with little bags and everything. It's wonderful. You must save up and try it, my darling. It's so much better. Please, not Ryanair, for Christ's sake. Now, this woman apparently was seated in business class and continued to experience the sore throat and cough throughout the flight, the report in the journal Emerging Infectious Diseases states. Days later, the 27-year-old businesswoman had the coronavirus in the coming days. And then it goes on about the more... all the other deaths and things in the world. You see, that's what I keep saying to you about these blooming stories. Can't get a whole story without it going into the whole same old crap again. The risk for onboard transmission of SARS-CoV-2 during long flights is real and has the potential to cause COVID-19 clusters of substantial size. And here it is, even in business class-like settings. I'm horrified. Why haven't we got little cubicles to sit in? We need cubicles immediately. Cubicles. even in business class-like settings, with spacious seating arrangements well beyond the established distance used to define close contact on airports. Official guidance says air travel requires spending time in security lines and airport terminals which can bring you in close contact with other people and frequently touched surfaces. So they reckon she spread it to loads of people, which is a bit worrying, isn't it? Not that there's many people on the planes at the moment. Is there? Quite empty. My sister's going on one tomorrow. They're off to Cyprus tomorrow. I'm going to go and visit her quickly this afternoon. I've got a little job to do. I've got to go and see the delightful Heidi Young this morning and deliver a little leaflet. I found it. The leaflet's about 3 years old, if you're with us, Heidi. Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat box yet. I might look at it soon. I haven't decided yet. You see, the thing is, if I'd have been looking at that chat box now, you wouldn't have had any of that stories. Do you see what I mean by when I say to you, you can't concentrate too much on the chat box, otherwise there's no show. You know, you wouldn't have had any of that story. And interestingly enough, knowing that the planes are not particularly busy, it's the same with the trains. I was watching the news, BBC Breakfast this morning. No Naga. Where's Naga? She's not there. Is that Dan Walker? He's a bit sure of himself. I think he's all right, but he's a bit sure of himself, and Dan Walker. There he was interviewing the politician. What always makes me laugh is that the politicians are trying to keep it upbeat, but they're just pulling it down all the time. You know, all the time. So what if there's not a single bit of good news? Please talk it up, because we want to be happy. We don't want to be pulled down in doom and gloom all the time. And he's interviewing, I can't remember what minister it was, but he had a little sort of kind of smiling face on him, and Dan looked so blooming miserable, for Christ's sake, man. But after the interview, they started talking about trains, and the trains, of course, are making an enormous loss. Billions of pounds they're losing at the moment because no one's going on there. I gather it's got up a little bit more. I think they said to about 45% of the normal amount of passengers. But of course, the trains are set up to run at capacity, aren't they? You know, when it comes to making the money. And they've got some new scheme or something where they're coming away from franchising and having, I can't remember what the other word was they've used now, but something else where I think they're still run by private companies, but if they make a loss, the government covers it, but if they make a profit, the government takes that. So I'm not quite sure how that works. But on the BBC, as I say, I saw this on the BBC News this morning, and on the BBC website, it says the government has agreed new emergency deals with train companies. Under the arrangement, taxpayers will continue to cover any losses on the railways caused by low passenger numbers for another 18 months. And they're using this. Thank God they're doing this, because the trains have been a bit messy recently, haven't they? They're certainly better than they were. They're new. They tend to be clean, don't they? The train service I use is usually just the southwest trains from London, from Bracknell to London and back again, which I only use a couple of times a year, no more than 4 or 5 times a year. Either to go to the Royal Free Hospital in Hampstead for my twice annual checkup, which I haven't been at all this year. Even my last appointment a couple of weeks ago, they done it all over the phone. How are you feeling? Any problems? No? Okay, we'll send you the pills. No need to come in, you know. It's all right. Would I get on a train at the moment? No. No. It says, but it's been a bit messy with finding cheap fares, isn't it? It's difficult. Like, I've heard stories of, you know, if you're going, say, from... Where can we go now? London to Scotland. If you take that route, it's £500. If you take that route, it's £250. If you go at that time, it's £50. It's all messy because there's so many different companies. They're trying to do something about that. And indeed, they're using this as an opportunity. It says, throughout this period, the next 18 months, ministers hope to carry out broader reforms to Britain's railways. They will consider adopting a concessions-based system in the longer term, whereby train companies are paid a fixed fee to run services. Okay? That's what it was, a concession. They will consider it marks the end of the rail franchises, which have been in place since the 1990s. You see, I think they did have some benefits, those rail franchises. I think trains became better, but there were certain aspects of it, such as the fragmentation of it, where you've got that company there, that company there, that company there, and they've all got different fares. And if you're going from there to there, well, you've got to go through that one, and it's just messy. It's messy. It's a bit like the telephone service. When I was a telephone engineer, if your phone went wrong, well, you would have been renting the phone. You couldn't buy phones then. While I was there, people started buying phones, and then it got split up and what have you. But if your phone went wrong in the 1960s, 70s or 80s, before they started privatising, if your phone went wrong, you rang up the post office or British Telecom. Hello, my phone's not working. Okay, thank you, we'll fix it for you. End of. So it didn't matter where the fault was, from your telephone right back to the exchange, we would look after it, British Telecom. And then they started splitting it up. I think Mercury Communications came along first, and then others. And then suddenly you could buy your own phone. Suddenly you could have someone else put extensions into your house. So from your point of view, your phone's gone wrong. You ring up British Telecom. Hello, my phone's gone wrong. Okay, let me just look. Okay, you didn't get your phone from us. Have you tried another phone? Oh, I haven't got another phone. Ah, well, you need to borrow a phone from someone and try it out. Oh. Then you'd have to either go and buy another phone. You might buy another phone, plug it in. Guess what? Still not working. You ring up British Telecom again. Hello, phone's not working. Is it plugged into the main socket or the extension? Oh, well, I don't know. You don't know. You're not a phone person. But you see, who put the extension in? Oh, I did it myself. Okay, so is it the extension that's causing the problem on the line? Or is it the main line? So then you disconnect the extension, it's still gone wrong. Do you see what I mean? So you don't know whose problem it is. And if British Telecom come to your house, if we come to your house and we undo everything that you've done and then plug our phone into that pair of wires coming from the exchange, and it works, we will charge you whatever it was 50 quid at the time, back in the 80s. I would imagine it's over £100 now. We will charge you whatever it cost for the call out, and we won't even fix your phone. Oh, you want that done? That's extra. Why should we? We never put it in. You're asking us to fix something that you put in yourself because you didn't want to pay us to put it in? That's a bit unfair, isn't it? It's all very well. People used to be sitting there screaming and shouting, I want you to fix this phone. We will fix the phone for you, but this is nothing to do with us. You will need to pay for it. What used to happen is that, of course, British Telecom would put in all the extensions in your house. Whatever you wanted, they would put that in, and you would pay for it. And once it was done, and that was it. The idea being that we look after the whole thing. Unfortunately, records were not kept of extensions and things like that. Okay? So stuff would go wrong and we'd go around, oh, did we do that or didn't we? And usually you could tell, because of the different, what word would you get? Workmanship. You could tell whether someone from BT, someone like me, had put it in or whether you'd done DIY. I wasn't too bad with wires, actually. But it became very complicated for us. We couldn't tell sometimes whether the extension was put in by us. So they wrote to everyone. This is back in the 80s. They wrote to everyone, late 80s, and said, we provide your phone line. We've also put extensions in. From this point, we will give you 1 year guarantee on your extensions, after which they're yours. It was the only way to do it because we couldn't tell. So that's what happened. And of course, years later, people have problems with extensions. Well, you had the year guarantee. It's up to you. Similar with the trains, isn't it? When you're going from there to there, you might have come through that network on someone else. It's just ridiculous. Someone owns the train lines. 5 people own those rail franchises. It's just so complicated. Why do they make it so complicated? Life. It says that when the country went into lockdown, the government agreed to pay the losses of train companies which had been hit by falling ticket revenue. Yeah, but by over 90%. You imagine that. Imagine that, losing 90% of your income. Can't carry on, can it? It meant trains were still able to run even with very few passengers. My sister went down to London on Saturday. She said the train wasn't that busy at all. She said it was a brand new train they were on. How lovely. So far, the bill for carrying the losses of train companies has run to at least £3.5 billion. And the Department of Transport has said significant taxpayer support will still be needed. You can't just put the price of the tickets up. You'd be paying thousands of pounds to go from Manchester to London and back. Who could ever afford to do that? Answer, no one. Except Elton John, maybe. And the story goes on, but it was on BBC News this morning. It's on the BBC website if you want to look at that. But they were interviewing someone on Waterloo Station, okay? This was a live interview at 8:10 this morning while I was doing my stuff here. Look at this picture. That is Waterloo Station. I took that picture off the telly at 8:10 this morning. There's no one there. That should be rammed with people. Rammed. And that is how it's been for months. I think they're wasting their money doing this HS2 thing at the moment, to be honest. When the state of the railway is like that. No one. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? 6, 7 people I can see there, and a dog. It's either a dog or a bag. Right hand picture. Halfway up the page, is that a dog or a bag? Or it might be a person, a small person. Perhaps it's a midget like me. There you go. That was this morning. What hope is there for anyone? We've got some pictures to show you this morning, incidentally, gang. I've got pictures from Jeff. Jeff sent his first picture. Good morning, Jeff. Dee sent some picture. I've got a couple of pictures from Rachel and John Parrish as well. Okay, and to see the pictures this morning, we will require a bargain 25 likes. Okay, we've already got 20, so I only want another 5. Okay, 25 likes to see the pictures this morning. We've got the raffle coming up a little bit later on, our weekly raffle, and someone will win one of our delightful fridge magnets. Okay, someone will win one of those today. Who will it be? I can't wait. All your posters waiting here to be sent off, except for Mark Bowles. You haven't sent me your address yet, young Mark. I need your address to put that in the post for you. Mark won the mug last night at the bingo. Lovely bingo last night. We had a good laugh. Lovely bingo last night. Mark won the main prize last night and he selected a mug, which is already in its little box for you. And also today, anyone who wins the fridge magnet will also receive a scrap it. You can't give these. He's got too many of them. I think that's what's going on. You will receive a Scrap It Man sticker with your fridge magnet, whoever is going to win that today. Let's say hello to some of you. Amelia Phillips, morning. Jason Hughes. Dylan Hutchinson, hello to you. Andy V. East Coast, greetings. Mandy Davenport. Michael Pullman, Andy V. Daniel Woodhouse. Gary Two Distance Ross. There's East Coast UK. Good morning to you. Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Lovely. All right, my sweetheart. Michael Parman in Australia. Sometimes I repeat the names twice. I can't remember second by second what I've said, to be honest. Diane Jeb, hello. John Aitken. Good morning, John. All right, Johnny. George Bonds. Good morning. Sherry DMP. Morning to you. Hello to Steve Carter. All right. Colin K. Morning, Colin. Morning to Peter Wright. Morning to John Parrish. Mr. Ray Reynolds. Happy autumn to you, Ray. Yeah, is it autumn now? There's like two starts to autumn, isn't there? There's like the calendar autumn and the meteorological autumn. Not quite sure what that means, but there we are. Good morning to Fun Things to Do with Tech. Good morning to you. Scrolling, just scrolling by the light of the moon above. Morning to Fran Green. Hello, sweetheart. All right, Fran. By the light of the moon. Mick Davenport. Come on, name checks. Let's do name checks this morning. Where are we now? Daniel Woodhouse. Good morning to Daniel Woodhouse. We've done that one. I've said hello to all the names. There's Heidi Young. Morning, Heidi Young. I met Heidi yesterday. I'd just been doing some wombling, some litter picking, and Heidi was driving the other way. She stopped. We had a little chat to Heidi. I've got to pop round. I found the leaflet, Heidi. As I say, it's about 2.5 years old. She was asking about my heating system, my heating and cold air thing here. So I've got a leaflet for you there, Heidi. All right. Paul and Lou. Good morning to Paul and Lou today. Jason Hughes. Have I said hello to Jason Hughes? Maybe I have. I can't remember now. Let's get these names in, Navi. Has anyone texted in yet? Maureen might have texted in. I should just check. Not yet. Not yet. No texts yet. The text, I must warn you, the texts are coming in very, very slowly. I don't know why that is. But they are. The texts are coming in extremely slowly at the moment, I'm afraid. Have I said hello to everyone? Come on, scroll that down quickly. Bum, bum, bum. Daniel Woodhouse. And there we are. Excellent. So we've said hello to everyone. Let me just put a mark there so I know where I am. Okay. Sometimes I lose my place in the chat box. It's terrible. Oh, it's terrible, Mildred. Tell you what, shall we do the raffle now? Shall we do the raffle? Let's do the raffle. Okay. Let's do this week's raffle, gang. All right. There's all your tickets in there. Can you see those? There you go. There you go. Put that down there. We're going to do the raffle now. Someone is about to win a fridge magnet. That's all right, Heidi. Oh, you're going out? We'll go out, Heidi. I know where you are, I think. I can just leave the leaflet there on your doorstep or something. As I say, it's about 3 years old. Okay. You were asking yesterday what the heating's like. It's all right. I wouldn't say it was as good as central heating. Okay. But it's all right. I don't sit there freezing cold. It's just in really cold weather, the unit will freeze and then it has to defrost, which takes about 10 minutes. And in that time, it stops. Okay, a bit like turning off your heating off in the car on a really cold night or something like that. You know how you turn your heating off? Oh, it's very hot in here, and then 5 minutes later you're cold again. It's a bit like that. But I'm very happy with it. I'm all right with it. Okay, right. Let's do these tickets, my love. Strolling, just scrolling by the light of the moon above. Right, come on then. I think we've done all your pictures, Dylan. We've done your pictures. The pictures are getting a little bit complicated at the moment. Anyway, I'll come to that in a bit. There we are. There's a post box behind the silver, Chris. Okay, I'll look for that. Right. Let's do... Oh, I just saw a little text then. Let's see. That's Maureen. Good morning, Maureen. Morning, lovely Maureen. All right, Maureen's in London. Keep in there. Don't come out the house, Maureen. Coronavirus. As great nephew Harry Butler says, coronavirus, no touching. All right, okay. Let's pull a ticket out. Here we go. I have a ticket. I hope you've been writing down your numbers. Okay, I have a ticket. It's ticket number 228. Ticket number 228. Okay, there it is. Ticket number 228. Someone's got the free. That's funny. Okay, ticket number 228. These tickets go in here for the super draw, which is last day of the month. The super draw. Okay, when we give away something else. All right. So who has got ticket number 228? I hope you've been writing them down. Very important there. Very important, yep. Okie doke. Right, let's just write this one down for that. Put that ready for later. Who has got ticket number 228? Heidi Young says, it's me. There you go, Heidi. It certainly is. Well done. Look at that. I've saved a stamp, Heidi Young. Okay, well done. Always like to show you exactly what's happening on. Oh, he had one up his sleeve. Don't be so blooming pathetic. If you thought that, don't have a ticket. Simple as that. If you think it's all fixed, don't have one. It's like people say the bingo's fixed. If you think the bingo's fixed, don't play it anymore if you think that way. I don't care. No skin off my nose. There you are. 228, Heidi Young. Well done, Heidi. You've got one of these. Well, you better wait in now for one of these. If I was to leave that outside your house, oh my God, people would be queuing up trying to nick that from you, darling. What did Peter Wright get? 236. Oh, no, you weren't very close, Peter, today, were you? Denise had 227. Oh, you're close, Denise, today. Oh, John Aitken's got 226. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Portland Lou. Losers again. Losers. Oh, Portland Lou, you've saved me. What is it? What's the first class? 60 pence? I don't know what it is anymore. Never mind. Maybe next week, darling. Next week, Denise, maybe. All right. Well done, Heidi. Let's put that over there for you. And that'll be winging its way to your caravan a little bit later on before I go on my bike ride to my sister's. I've got to cycle to my sister's today. No coming up near me, knocking me off the bike, anyone. I'm watching. I'll be ready for you. I'll have you know. Okay. I found my stamps. Did I tell you I couldn't find my stamps? Took me days to find these. Do you know where they were? In the back bag on my bike. Because when I went to do post things last Thursday, I think it was Thursday I went to the post box. Was it? When do we do a prize on Thursdays? What do we do Thursdays? Oh, the super draw. The super chat raffle. When we do the super chat raffle on Thursday, someone won. I can't even remember what it was. Oh, someone won the super chat raffle when I went down to the post box because it was too. Must have been a water bottle or a mug, one of the two, in Woodall Spa. So I went on my bike and I bought some stamps as well. And I have been looking for these stamps everywhere. You see, 10 first large letter stamps. Okay, you're looking at over 20 quid there. It's a lot of money. Oh, not quite over 20. Maybe about 16, 70 quid, £17 there for a large letter stamps. That's a lot of money to lose. I've been searching everywhere for these. And I thought, maybe I took my bike and they were in the back of the bike. So I'm glad I found those at last. If you're wondering what happened Saturday morning, those of you that were here Saturday morning, we had a power cut. It wasn't the whole site. It was many of the caravans in sort of one area. We had a bit of a power cut on Saturday night, so that's why the show suddenly finished abruptly right after the bingo, which means no one won the bingo. Well, someone did win the bingo, but they didn't claim. All right, so we'll just carry that one over. That's all right. I have at last managed to watch the latest episode of All Creatures Great and Small on Channel 5. Oh, no, that's Channel 4, isn't it? Channel 5. Is it £1.15 for large first class stamps? Thank you. £1.15 for those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 30, 60, 90, 11. So it's £12 worth of stamps there. I'd be upset if I lost 12 quid, wouldn't you? It's a lot of money to lose. I tell you. A lot of money to lose. Yes, latest episode of All Creatures Great and Small. Oh, how sad was that? Anyone see it? Well, perhaps I shouldn't tell you what was in it. Sad. Horrible. Oh, it wasn't horrible. It's very warm. It's very nice, that programme. So we've had 3 episodes of that, All Creatures Great and Small, so far on Channel 5. And I am totally and utterly loving it. I'm so into that. All Creatures Great and Small. Channel 5, 3 episodes up on the My 5 player. Another thing I've started watching, only 1 episode for, is on Netflix. I mentioned it last night, called Ratched. Ratched. It's about Nurse Ratched. I gather it's been a book out before. Very, very good. Very mysterious. Very mysterious. She's this nurse and she goes to meet this bloke who's murdered a load of priests. And he murdered the priests because the chief priest, who is now a Monsignor, went with his mum, right? And he is actually the Monsignor's son, also it would seem to be. So he murdered all these priests. But wait till you see the costumes in it. Oh, wow, they're so well dressed, these nurses' outfits. But even better than that, there's this blue car on it. There's this blue old-fashioned car. It's a little bit like I can't remember the name made the car. It's like a Beetle, but it's got a longer nose, and it's got the shape of the bonnet is like that. Not like nowadays. Even on mine, it's a bit flat, just flat. The bonnet shape is like that. It's beautiful, and it's a blue turquoise colour, not dissimilar to this colour actually. Lighter than this. It's beautiful, this car. Please watch that one on Netflix, and it is called Ratched. Okay, ratched. I tell you what I thought yesterday, while I was on my my wombling mission, picking up bits of rubbish and all that, the occasional bit of rubbish that's actually in a field, that's growing stuff, or has recently been cut down, you know, like when they get the combine harvester out to cut up the wheat and all that. And I'm picking up this rubbish along the side of the road. It's not too much. Well, I filled up a whole bag yesterday, but that was like quite a long area that hadn't been done. Yeah? So now I'll walk along there, probably won't get anything at all. Even if I do the route from here all the way down to Tattershall Bridge and back, I'll probably have 3, maybe 4 items of rubbish because I've done it now. Do you see what I mean? Once you've done it, if you just keep doing it once a week, it's quite easy to keep on top of it all. And like that, I've given myself that task. That's all right. Keeps me busy. You need something to do. And just sit there playing your bleating PlayStation all day. It's doing you no good at all. You need something to do. And if that be going out and collecting rubbish, so be it. I'm not proud. Don't bother me. Quite happy. And you'll find old people often, older people generally, will see you doing this. And as you go past them, they will thank you. You don't need money to do this. You don't need a badge or anything. But now and again, a thank you as you're walking up and down is really nice. That's nice. Means you're appreciated, something you're doing, you know. It's like when sometimes some people send a little tip here. You feel appreciated what you're doing. And it's a nice feeling. It gives you a little kick. Do you know what I mean? But I'm looking over in the fields and I saw only one. But nevertheless, I saw a plastic bottle. I saw a couple of tins. This is a big field. A couple of tin cans. And a plastic bag, you know, like a large, not like a sweet wrapper, like a largest black plastic bag floating in the fields. And I thought to myself, you know, when these machines come and pick up all that stuff, presumably the farmer will do his best to avoid something like that. But maybe they don't always see that. And that can that some idiot has carelessly discarded into a field, or maybe it's obviously been discarded at some point, but it's blown into the field, the tin can, the piece of plastic, then gets cut up and mown down by a machine of some sort, perhaps a combine harvester. And then it mashes it all up and it goes in the back where all these bits of corn or whatever are collected and gets mixed in with it all. And then you eat it. Surely that must happen. It's not good, is it? Perhaps on your porridge this morning or something. Did you notice anything that was shining? Might be a bit of metal. I mean, presumably at these factories they've got machines and things like that to do stuff like that. To pick out metal. Maybe they've got big magnets or something that suck up all the bits of metal as the foodstuffs are going through there. But what about bits of plastic? All right, bits of plastic like that. You notice that. But they get chopped up into tiny little pieces and then you eat them. This is already happening in the fish. I don't think people put up with that, you know. I don't think people realise that. The damage that's done with rubbish. Dylan, the car was possibly a Morris Minor, as the Beetle and the Morris Minor look similar. I think you're right, Dylan. I think it was a Morris Minor. Oh, it's beautiful. This car is beautiful. It's the colour of it. Even if you just watch it, if you watch the first 15 minutes of Ratched on Netflix, okay, you will see that car. Stunning car. Let's have a look there. All Creatures is a lovely programme, says John Aitken. Best I was doing on the bingo. That's right, Paul and Lou. There we are. Let's have a look there. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. The farmer's in his den. The farmer's in his den. La 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 la. The farmer's in his den. That one. The farmer don't shoot you, mistaking you for a Yeti. A Yeti. Do you remember those? The Yetis. Did they exist? I don't know if they existed or not. Yetis, did they? How are we doing on the likes this morning? Let's have a look. I have 32 likes. Okay. I've got some lovely photos to show you this morning. Now, first of all, I'll do John. John, your photos are getting a bit complicated. I seem to have a. I think what I'm going to do, John, if it's all right by you, can I ask you not to send anything in for an hour after the show and then send what you want in? I'm going to have to delete all your stuff because I'm not sure where I am. I'm not sure which ones I've shown and which ones I haven't now. So today I've got these pictures from John, and he does some wonderful pictures. There he is. Now, which one is this? John Parrish. Where is it now? Today's choice of... Is that the one there? Oh, there we are. Here it is. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so this is today's choice, driving from London to Croatia. Isn't that a lovely building? Look at that. Oh, I like that building. That picture there is somewhere in the Italian Alps. Beautiful, John. Beautiful there. And the one at the top, the other picture, is the Denmark-Germany border town. Lovely sights. Look at that house there. I think it's a house. Is it, or is it a church? I'm not sure what it was. Thanks very much for those two, John. Okay, what I'll do, John, is after the show, I'm going to delete all your other stuff because I'm not sure what I've got here and what I haven't got. And then after an hour, whatever you sent in, I'll take it from there. Okay? So tomorrow I'll send in what you... I'll put up what you send in today. And then just wait until I've shown it before you send something else in because it's getting... I'm getting very confused with that. Thank you, John. Rachel sent in a couple of pictures there. We were talking about my... I've got a unit here that the studio stuff sits on. And it's very similar to what she's got there. Look at that. That's one there. A picture of it there. I love your pink blossoms there. And she collects dead heads. Yep. I was shocked at this. Rachel actually looks like she goes to cemeteries, digs up body and collects the skulls. Now, why anyone would want to do that, I don't know, but she then displays it in a glass case, presumably so it can't come out and eat her, like in some of those films. She said the cabinet is actually a Nathan cabinet, not G-plan, as I said. Also attached are our model Budweiser Dre in case. Is that what I'm looking at? Oh, no, that's the real human skull. Oh, you sent in 3 pictures. That's why I've only got 2 there. Yeah, I can only do 2 at a time. I'll do the other one another day then. But there we are. A real human skull. So that's what Rachel does in her spare time. Okay, you know, if you go around and visit dear Auntie Doris or someone like that. you find the ground has been moved a bit. Rachel's probably been down there digging up your nanny's skull or something like that. But nice thing to have it displayed, isn't it? It appreciates that, doesn't it? Thank you, Rachel. Heidi likes that. Is that something you might like, Heidi? In your caravan, a little skull in there of some sort? Denise is liking the pictures. Good. What else have we got here today? We got a lovely picture from Jeff. Jeff has sent in a picture. Good morning, Jeff. There we go. I'm sorry, Jeff. I hope that's not a homophobic comment there. I'm offended. I'm a snowflake. I'm offended. He said, good morning, Chris. Up at the allotment for an early watering and fetched this marrow back for dinner, stuffed with cheesy mash. As you like singing, could you give us a chorus of, oh, what a beauty, I've never seen one as big as that before? Pfft. Haven't I? You must be joking. Of course I have. I've seen bigger ones than that. Not usually white ones, but never mind. Thank you, Jeff. I love it. Anyone else got an allotment? They're hard work. Oh, dear me. An allotment is hard work. I tried one once. I lasted about 2 months. Gave it up then. Left all the carrot seeds in there. Someone probably had a delicious lot of carrots that I'd buried there, I guess. Hello to Dee. Look, some more of Dee's crafts. She makes things, Dee. Aren't they beautiful? And she says, hello, Chris. More recycling crafting. This time, decorated empty wine spirit bottles filled with fairy lights. Aren't they lovely? Very effective and popular. Thanks for all your hard work keeping us entertained. So thank you for that, Denise. They really are very nice. my friend who we lost last year, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, she gave me some of those little lights. I know exactly the lights you mean. They kind of come with their own battery and you just push them in there, don't you, and switch on. I don't know how long the batteries last. I didn't really keep them on much. Or I put them on and I kept forgetting to turn them off. Actually, I do a very similar thing with my beautiful little caravan that's behind me all lit up today. I often forget to turn that off and the batteries only last a few days instead of many months because I've forgotten to turn the damn thing off there. Little caravan there. Thank you very much for those. Denise, Jeff. That's it. That's all our pictures this morning, okay? Thank you very much, as always, to sending those in. If you want to send anything in, feel free to do so. That's the email address there, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Heidi says, do you know the history of the skull? Well, it's probably someone's nan. That's all I know. That's all I know. You'll need to ask Rachel. Rachel will probably watch the recording of this later. So perhaps she'll ask in a little email for tomorrow's show. They are pretty, aren't they, Peter? Perhaps something you could do something like that, Peter. Get a spirit bottle or even a beer bottle. You don't even have to buy one yourself. Just have a look through the bins. Don't be proud. Look through the bins. Find yourself a vodka bottle or something like that. You can get those little lights on eBay. And they're just like a little string of lights. Usually bare metal, and they've got a battery at one end. You just turn them on, stuff them in the bottle. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. All right. Oh, Daniel's watching this show on 2 tabs. Why would you want to do that? Do you like my voice that much? I don't. Thank you. Thanks for those pictures there, okay? I was watching Jim Davidson's channel this morning. He's a funny bloke. Look him up on YouTube. He's a bit right-wing, but doesn't matter. You know, whatever. He says what he thinks. There's a lot of swearing on there, but I do like him. Jim Davidson's channel on YouTube. Quite good. What was it? He was going on about... Oh, there was some woman moaning. Was it an MP? And what was she moaning about? I can't remember what she was moaning about. But her surname, he managed to do it so it rhymes with a swear word. It was very, very funny. Very, very funny. Did you like the teeth in that, John? Did you? Paul and Lou, Rachel's house looks still like Dennis Nielsen's front room. Well, he's dead, isn't he? Well, did they knock the house down? There's actually a story. This morning, they complain. The snowflakes are moaning again. The snowflakes are moaning again in the sun today. ITV. It was a blooming documentary drama, wasn't it? They're telling the story of something that happened. Why would you not want to know? Well, they're moaning again. To ITV. ITV's serial killer drama Des in the Sun this morning has been hit with Ofcom complaints after the viewers were horrified by Dennis Nielsen's gruesome murders. Well, what do you want them to do then? Do you want them to sort of, oh yes, Dennis Nielsen killed some people, but we won't tell you how it happened because it's too gruesome. Don't be so blooming stupid. Turn it off then. Turn it off. Go and watch Tom and Jerry. Something that's a little less offensive to your poor little heads. Oh, I can't cope. Oh, Christ. Hello, it's life. It happens. Hopefully not to you. The dark three-parter saw Nielsen excellently played by David Tennant. Oh, fantastic. What a great actor he was. I didn't realise such a good actor he was before I saw him on Nielsen's thing. He recalled the ending of the lives of at least 12 men during a 5-year killing spree. Talk of boiled heads, dismemberment and necrophilia, as well as the amount of chain smoking by characters, prompted 7 viewers to complain to the broadcast regulator Ofcom. But he chain smoked. He dismembered people. What do you want us to do? Leave out those bits of the story? There's some really stupid, thick people about. There really is. Just turn it off. Anyone heard of an off button? Or turn it over. You know, click on Gemma Collins. Will probably be on that excellent channel, ITV BE. There's something for you to watch, my darlings. You know, you can have Gemma Collins on there, The Only Way is Essex, Housewives of Cheshire, that dinner programme where they eat dinner and then they slag it off to someone after someone spent hours cooking that stuff. That's the channel for you. There you are, the channel for stupid people like you. ITV-BE, a channel specifically set up for stupid people who can't cope with life. Oh, Lord. Oh, we're offended. There's too much smoking going on. Hello, it was the 1980s. Guess what people did in the 1980s in enclosed spaces? They smoked. That's why they're smoking. If it had happened now, there wouldn't be any smoking, would there, thicko? Oh. The grisly true life tale left those watching at home too scared to sleep. Oh, Lord. I mean, are these like 7-year-old little children who have written into ITV here now or something like that? Is that what's going on? Is it little children written in? I can understand that. No, these are grown adults. Probably millennials, you know what they're like. Oh, God, not millennials, please. Anyone but millennial. If a millennial ever knocks on this door, I shall be most upset. They're the ones chucking the rubbish out the car. Talking to Twitter, one wrote, "Oh, it's time to scare myself silly again. Face screaming in fear watching." So she knows what's going to be in this. He or she, I don't know what it is. She knows what's going to be in it and chooses to watch it. Another tweeted, David's co-star Daniel Mays, who plays a detective. Oh, he was very good, wasn't he? He said, "Just watch Des, scared to go to sleep now." A third added, "I can attest that reading David Nielsen's Wikipedia page before tuning in doesn't make for a great night's sleep." Well, don't watch it then. If you really can't cope, don't read or watch this stuff. The killer was rumbled when a workman discovered chunks of human flesh in the... I've upset you now. You won't be able to sleep tonight now, will you? In the drains of Dennis Nielsen's Muswell Hill home. And it goes on with what was on the story. It's still on the ITV player. A highly recommended viewing. But if you get upset, if you get upset and you can't cope with life, don't blooming watch it. Put on ITV-BE2 or whatever it is called now. Dear me. Morning to Mark Bowles. Morning, Mark. I see you haven't bothered sending your address in, so there won't be any prize on its way to you, unless you do it now, dear. Or is it time for my pills? Thank you. Time for my pills. Thank you, Andy. All right. Pills done. Social media influencers. You watch some of those on YouTube if you want. Believe me, these beautiful people that you see on YouTube. I'm going to show you how to do makeup today. Dun, 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 dun. If you meet them in real life or go round to their houses, dumps. Absolute dumps. It's all an image they're creating. It's an image. This could be an image. I'd like to think that this is me, really. They are creating an image that they think you want to watch. Beautiful lips and all this business. Oh, I don't know, dear. Good morning to LaBelle. Your emerald-eyed pumpkin spice of magic is here with you once again, LaBelle. Good morning to you. Have we done the raffle? Oh, we've done that. I don't know where I am half the time. The BBC are to launch a rival show to This Morning. Now, I'm a bit confused by this because there's two stories and they're a bit different. First of all, in the Daily Mail. I'm not quite following what's going on there. It says in the Daily Mirror, the Daily Mirror and the Metro. Here's the Daily Mirror's take on it. The BBC are hoping to launch a new daytime television show to rival This Morning and to capitalise on the rating success that the BBC Breakfast holds over Good Morning Britain. That's because they got Naga. They got Naga. You may think she's a bit harsh, but there is something that Naga has. I can't put my finger on it. As a gay man, I'm not going to fancy her, am I? I just think she's got a lot of class, Naga. She's a bit mouthy, fierce. We like Naga. We do. According to reports, a ratings war is imminent, with the BBC planning to take on ITV with a similar mid-morning show. It's believed that the BBC are hoping to line up now, this is where it all falls apart for me. Strictly Come Dancing star Stacey Dooley, and she's always crying on those documentaries, isn't she? oh, little children dying. You know, it is very sad, but why do you keep crying every time you're doing a blooming documentary? Valerie Singleton never used to cry. She told it how it was, and we'd be sitting there crying. No need for you to do the same thing, dear. I'm not keen on that, Stacey Dooley. I'm sorry. And occasionally, it's even worse here. And also, This Morning host Rylan Clark. I mean, he could do a dentistry program with Janet Street Porter and Esther Ranson, couldn't he? They could do a dentistry program. Rylan Clark, Janet Street Porter, and Esther Ranson. Now, I like Esther Ranson, don't get me wrong, but she'd sit in, wouldn't she? Hello, and welcome to This Morning with Rylan Clark. You don't do it for me at all, I'm afraid. It's all fake. The whole face is just fake. It's not normal. It says, that being said, he's very popular. You know, not for me. While a 9:15 start time will make the show, which bosses are also said to be loosely basing on the One show, clash with ITV's popular morning lineup. Or are they going to base it on the One show? That's just bland, isn't it? How bland is that programme? There's just no excitement in that show at all. The One show. I don't watch it. Bring back Nationwide. Don't you reckon? Bring back Nationwide. That's what we like. With all those funny little stories and that used to be in it, isn't it? Anyway, the Mail on Sunday claimed the BBC are looking to capitalise on BBC Breakfast racing success over ITV's Good Morning Britain. Yeah, that's because they haven't got Piers Morgan. No one likes him. When are ITV going to realise that? He's the problem. And Susanna Reid, well, she's all right, but she's kind of a little bit, what is she there for, you know? It's a bit like that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Doesn't work. I don't think it works. While Good Morning Britain might draw more headlines thanks to controversial opinions on Piers Morgan, the show itself fails to come anywhere close to the BBC Breakfast in terms of viewership. I don't know what the viewing ratings are. Does it say? Doesn't say the numbers. A source told the Mail on Sunday BBC Breakfast beats Good Morning Britain every day. The One show is one of the channel's most loved and popular programmes. Is that a fact? Well, I didn't know that. I find it boring. So the concept is based on that. Maybe I just don't watch it enough. I've only watched bits of it. Maybe if I watched it for a week and then commented, that might be wise, mightn't it? The thinking is that if they can put on a daytime version of the show on straight after BBC Breakfast time, then they keep some of those viewers and will follow the same formula as the One show, but with segments. I like that word, don't you? Do you like that word? Segments. I like that word. Segments. Will follow with segments tailored to a daytime audience. Yeah, that could work. So you've got a couple of people in the studio sort of hosting it. In America, you would say anchors. They call them anchors. Hosting it. And then you go out to other people all over the place, all over the country, and have little segments in there. That would work, wouldn't it? Yeah. And you could keep on the weather girl, the delightful Carol Kirkby. Or what's her name? Carol Kirkwood. We don't have to have her on, darling. Oh, yes. She always makes you smile. There's only one time I've seen her not smile, and she was really concerned about some sort of storm or something. She looked really worried. Do you remember that? Some time ago now it was. But I could see that working, you know, where a lot of the BBC local radio stations, they've got like little video booths. They have up at BBC Radio Lincolnshire. They have a video booth there where you can go in and do interviews and all that, like for the telly. And the BBC they've already got that, you see. So you can have people in different areas doing little segments in there, little inserts. I think that might be a good idea. I might lose all my viewers, though. That's the trouble. Everyone would go. I'd be left here all alone. Oh, well. TV hosts Genif Jones, Angelica, who's she? Angelica Bell and Kim Marsh, well, I don't know any of those people, are also said to be in running to land presenting slots on the forthcoming show. Well, if I don't know those names... Oh, who's this? Or Duba? Who? Or Duba? Or Uduba? I don't know who that is. But if I don't know those names, then that would be a good thing. Give us someone new to look at, not the same old bleeding faces. Going to show after show after show. Head of BBC Daytime and Early Peak. I can't believe it. There's someone who's actually head at the BBC of BBC Tea Time and Early Peak. Well, that's another job that can go, I think. Save a bit of cash there. What's she on? 150 grand a year? Carla Maria Lawson seems to have confirmed plans on their steamrolling ahead. It's following the success of shows such as Health Check UK Live, Daily Kitchen Live and Your Money and Your Life with a mix of good company and expert advice reflected their concerns. We're excited to be bringing a new daily topical live programme to BBC One at 9:15. So there we are. More details of the show will be coming soon. Now that says that in the Daily Mirror. But in the Metro, it says BBC One is launching a new daily programme featuring expert advice on topical issues. The show will air after BBC Breakfast between 9:15 and 10 o'clock. Well, it's only 45 minutes. So this seems to be different to what the other story's saying. It will provide a mixture of entertainment and expertise on a range of issues of concern to viewers. Perhaps I could do a little DIY section. I could give advice and tips on DIY. Would that kind of work at all, do you think? Maybe. A little cookery slot, I could do that. I've got a nice, lovely gas cooker in my caravan here. And again, it mentions this lady, Cara Maria Lawson, head of BBC. Is that at the top of her letter? Cara Maria Lawson, brackets, head of BBC Daytime and Early Peak. I expect she's very, very proud of that title. Said the programme follows the success of Health Check UK, and it mentioned those show again. Added it will provide a mix of good company expert advice. But according to that, it's 15 minutes. I don't understand. Oh. What's this here? Oh my God. Mark Bowles, I'm shocked. Look. There is a picture here. One moment, please. There is a picture here of Breakfast Time. BBC Breakfast Time. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Right? Now, why am I holding up to the computer? Look who's missing. Where is she? Where is she? She's not there. Shocking. Racists. Racists. All white faces. Is that what the BBC's come to now? A racist organisation only for white people? Where is Naga? Oh, she ain't going to be happy about that. I'm going to have to tweet her. She likes my tweets 3 times now. Naga Manchetti likes 3 of my tweets. Why isn't she on that picture? Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And in the Metro, the announcement comes after weeks that it was revealed BBC News at 6 and News at 10 could soon be axed. How can you take off the news programmes from the BBC? Can't believe it. Anyway, that's the news there. So 2 different stories. I can't see it being on for just 45 minutes. What would be the point of that? Wouldn't be any point, would it? Did you see who's missing there? Mark? Where is Naga? I'm going to tweet that to her. Why aren't you in this picture, Naga? Shocking. Shocking. Good morning, Gary. Morning, Gary. Morning, Gary. Morning, George Bond. Gary Butler is head of YouTube. Kim Marsh was in Hearsay. Oh, I remember Hearsay in Coronation Street. Good singer and actress. Thank you. That's Kim Marsh. Mark Bowles loves Kim Marsh. All right. What else have we got here? Bom, bom, bom. One show is bad now as it's ever been. I haven't seen it, Daniel, to be honest. I haven't seen it for some time now. I'm always busy. I'm really always very busy. I've got stuff to do all the time. And I'm convinced that keeps your mind ticking over. Very important to do stuff as you get older. Otherwise, you just fall into nothingness, really. I'm starting to want to go and have a wee. I'll try and hold on for the birthdays. Tony King doesn't like Naga. Yep. Thank you, Tony. Always have your opinions there, my darlings. All right, carry on. Don't have to agree with me. Always read out opposite opinions. It's important to have opposite opinions. Stupid comments I tend to go across now because they're just silly. I'll always read over that. Ever leave your cat alone? Oh, there's a picture of a little pussy. Do you want to see the pussy? Who wants to see my pussy? Here we are, look. Here you are. Oh, look at this little cat. Oh, here, pussy, pussy. A beautiful black pussy. Oh, it's sort of grey, isn't it? It's grey. It's a grey pussy. Pussies do go a bit greyer as they get older, don't they? In the Daily Mirror this morning, pet owner Alexa set up a camera to keep an eye on her cat Glenn, who I just showed you, who made an appearance live on this channel a moment ago, while she went to her parents' party, and say it was heartbreaking to see how he acted when she was gone. In the Daily Mirror, if you've ever wondered what your cat gets up to when they are home alone, one owner has shared heartbreaking footage as evidence they truly miss you when you're gone. You'll never leave your cat alone again. Alexa, Alexa, cancel. Sorry about that, everyone. I might have set off your machines then. This cat, Alexa, set up a pet camera so she could keep an eye on her cat Glenn when she wasn't at home, and tested it when she headed out to her parents' party. This chair's getting a bit noisy, isn't it? Sorry. But she was left stunned when she rewatched the heartbreaking footage from the pet camera and has now vowed to get a second cat so Glenn doesn't feel so lonely when she's not there. That's not always a good idea. Sometimes cats do not want to share their space. She said the video on TikTok, Alexa wrote, I thought a cat cam would help me feel better about leaving Glenn at home, along with an emoji of a crying face. Can you do crying faces? As Glenn waits patiently at the window, he runs to scratch at the door and meows loudly the moment he recognises his owner's car, continuing until his owner is by his side. Oh. After seeing how her cat reacted, the lady said it was heartbreaking. We're now looking to get another cat so he'll have company in the future. Other TikTok users commented to say that is so adorable, with one agreeing that Glenn deserved a cat friend. Oh. 2 years old Glenn walked into the lady's life when he was a stray kitten. Now this has happened to my niece actually. She took a stray cat in called Pam, who's now had kittens. She weren't even 1 year old. She's had kittens, dirty gal. Doing it at that age. Showing up at her office in US where she works as a speech therapist and digital artist. The pair immediately formed a bond, with Glenn brushing up against her legs. Oh, and she took him in after realising he didn't have a home to go to. Poor cat. Good on her. Good on her. Do you know what I can't believe is no one has asked me for my sock. This sock that could do with a bit of repair. In fact, boys and girls, I'm very pleased to announce, because I've been waiting for another sock that's gone like this so that I can chuck both of them away and make a pair out of the two that aren't too bad. And look. Oh, just a minute. have to change to another camera. There's so many cameras in here, darling. Look. Oh. But this one here ain't too bad. Look, that one's all right. Right? Like so. Second sock. Ready to dispose of it. Here, Heidi. I couldn't drop these 2 socks off to you later for repair, could I, my love? Be quite a good thing to do, would it? So we now have a second holy sock. They are holy socks because I'm Roman Catholic, darling. Praise my soul, the King of heaven, to his feet thy tribute bring. You know, some of these hymns need to be jazzed up a bit, don't you think? Are there any techno versions of The Lord's my shepherd, perhaps? The Lord's boom, 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 my shepherd, something like that. Rave versions. Oh, come on, Heidi. You must have a needle and thread there, my love. Huh? I can wash them first if you want. I can, just rinse them out in a bit of fairy liquid and hang them over my veranda. You'll notice it. You'll know if I've done that tonight. So when you drive past later on the bumpy road, if you can't see some of the lights, that's my socks hanging over them. Fran doesn't really like self-opinionated Naga, but everyone's allowed to have a different opinion. Absolutely, Fran. Absolutely. What money, Mark? I've got no money, dear. There's nothing coming in. It's all going out. It's all going out. Did I tell you about the flat? Oh, just an email from the estate agent. Oh, one of your tenants has reported a very dangerous window. Looks like it's about to fall out. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how did you let that get to that state? Report it as soon as there's a problem with it. But they don't. This is one of the biggest problems with having been a landlord, is that something goes wrong in a house. They don't report it until it gets much worse. Ridiculous. Can I just open this door? I'm getting quite warm in here. People don't report what's wrong. And they leave it, you know, then a wall falls down and they report it. Anyway, so this window's hanging out, apparently. So a man was sent round, and the estate agent writes, I'll read you the email. Where is it now? I've got a nice estate. There she is. Nice. The lovely Lisa. There we go. Lisa. Good afternoon, Chris. I hope you're well. I've asked the window people to quote for this below. The bathroom window is in urgent need of replacing. And I thought while they were there, they would quote to break down the other quote for you. I thought, well, what does she mean, the other quote? What she's done is, as they are looking at the bathroom window, she's quoted for the others as well. Right? So I went straight down to total cost. £4,068. Are you for real? For something that don't need to be done? And I'm like, well, what has she actually reported? The bathroom window. So they're then quoted for the bathroom window, the rear bedroom window, the kitchen window, the lounge window, and the lounge patio door. Wait for it. And a building regulations certificate. £49 for a bit of paper. Shocking. £49 for a printed bit of paper to building regulation thing. And it's shocking. The best one of that was the lounge patio doors. Sliding things they are. A match. Lounge patio doors. £1,627. But they haven't reported that. Bathroom window, 521. Rear bedroom window, 726. Kitchen window, 480. Lounge window, 665. Lounge patio doors, 1627. Building regulation certificate, 49. Total cost, £4,068. As I said I said, well, I don't understand. What are all these for? Have all the windows damaged? No, they've only reported the bathroom one. I thought I'd quote you the rest as I was here. I said, no, just do the bathroom one if that's all they've reported. Shocking. Is there a new government grant then? What's that then about? The new government grant? What, for windows? I'll have a look at that. grant full windows. I'll have a look at that. That might be worth looking at. I've just made a note of that. Thank you, East Coast. Shocking. Why would you fix everything else? And I learned, actually, you know, only fix things when they're reported. Or if someone moves out and someone new moves in, you make sure it's... my houses are very well kept, I'll have you know. If someone reports something broken, I mean, that window, for example, I would like that to have been fixed by now. She only reported it Thursday. I'd like that to have been done by now. I want someone to be happy in there. But you don't think, oh, I think I'll fix that today or I'll do that up when it's not necessary to do it, you know. One of those things. We've gone from a cat story to, are you a cat person or are you a dog person? My sister is a dog person. Okay? In the Daily Mirror, get a tissue ready, boys and girls. Get a tissue ready. You ready for this? You ready for this? Oh, I'm crying already. I haven't even read the story yet. But where's my tissue? Just a moment. I'm standing by with this. It's the story about a puppy. Would you like to see the picture of the puppy? Shall I show you the picture of the puppy? Shall I? Do you want to see the picture of the puppy? It's a little puppy. In the Daily Mirror. Oh, Denise, I know you're going to love that. Oh, look. Oh. Oh, by the way, Heidi, have you got any dogs? I bet it's not... is it an aggressive dog? I don't like aggressive dogs. Could you lock them up, please? Look at the little puppy. Oh, in a little tuxedo as well, because he's waiting to be picked up by new owners. In the Daily Mirror today, a heartbreaking photo shows an adorable puppy dressed up in a tuxedo as he eagerly waits for his new owners to collect him, only for them not to show up. Oh, this little dog, Vincent the dog, was dressed and groomed, ready to go to his new home, but sadly the owners never showed up. Oh. Colombian Animal Charity Foundation said the supposed adopters cancelled at the last minute, meaning he's ready to go to a new home once again. Sharing the cute picture, the charity wrote Vincent was all left dressed up and excited, ready for adoption, but his supposed adopter never came to pick him up. Just as he was ready for a home, all bathed, they cancelled the adoption. Oh, there's another photo of this poor little donkey. Oh. Are you ready? This will break your hearts. Oh. Look at his little outfit there. Have you got a little tuxedo like that, Mark Bowles? Perhaps you could turn up at my house in just the tuxedo. Be quite a nice look, wouldn't it, really? Oh. That's sad, isn't it? They didn't turn up to adopt the poor little doggy. Oh, poor thing. Oh, she's got a cat. Have you got a cat, Heidi? Oh, very happy to see that. Oh, please introduce me to your cat. What does your cat look like, Heidi? Does it? There's a cat that comes round here. Big ginger thing. Lovely cat. I haven't managed to tempt it up the stairs yet into my caravan. It would be welcome. We are cat lovers. Denise looked oh so cute. Beautiful that was, wasn't it? I'll have a look at that government thing. Thank you, Denise and East Coast assisted me with. I'll check that out. Actually, I'll check that out. All right, let's move on with some of these. I've got so many stories to give you here. Ray Quinn, do you remember him? Top marks to Ray Quinn in The Sun this morning. I'm going to move on quickly with these stories now because we're running out of time, aren't we? Former Dancing on Ice winner Ray Quinn is now earning £11.40 an hour as a Hermes delivery driver. He was also on stage somewhere, Ray Quinn. Wasn't he in the X Factor? Yeah, X Factor 14 years ago. Began working for the company at the start of lockdown and is now a regular with customers in the North West. So clearly All his entertaining work has dried up, as it has done for so many people. I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky that I have an alternative income coming in now. But that's only because, number one, I was careful all these years and saved a bit. And number two, sadly, that my mum and dad died and left me a little bit, which I invested into properties. Not a massive amount, but I've turned it over. You know, that's what I did. So unlucky that mum and dad died. Very unlucky. It's always horrible when your parents die, isn't it? But that's why I'm sitting here and I'm okay. Do you see what I mean? That's why. Horrible. Horrible to... Perhaps I shouldn't think like that, but I do. That's how I think. That's how I think. A friend of his said, times are tough and no one can be snobby about work. That's why top marks to him. As a DJ friend I know, youngish lad, is he 30? 28, 30, something like that. So he was just kind of starting and he was getting an awful lot of work and has been for a couple of years. And suddenly, bang, it stopped. Maybe, I don't know how much, £1,500 a week. Suddenly, nothing. He went out and got a job at Tesco delivery and Uber Eats. Top marks. You can't be snobby about where you get the work if you need it. If you need to go cleaning, then that's fine. You know, even now, even though I don't need to go to work, I'd be quite happy to take a litter picking job. Part-time, mind. I wouldn't want to do it 8 hours a day. That would probably tire me out too much. I'd be quite happy to take a part-time litter picking job. Well, I mean, I do it now, don't I? Voluntarily. I would do that. Whatever. Got to get the money in somehow. Can't be snobby about work. You know, unless you can play the system, of course. And so many people can, claiming this, that and the other because they know what to do properly, conning us out of thousands and millions of pounds a week. Those sort of people, not proper disabled people. There are plenty on there that are disabled on the books. You know damn well they're not disabled. There they are at the weekend fixing people's cars, climbing on roofs, putting scaffolding up for cash in hand. Those sort of people. In The Sun, it says, Ray Quinn is a hard grafting lad and naturally loves being on the move, doing things and seeing people. He feared getting bored, so applied for a job with Hermes and has been dropping off packages ever since. It's kept him busy and he's really popular, especially with fans who want a selfie. It's fantastic, isn't it? I love it. He's 32 now. He was a child star in Brookside. He won the ITV skating thing. I didn't watch that. Wasn't for me really. No interest in that. It's the old show with judges again, isn't it? I don't like that format, all these judges all the time. But yeah, good on him. Do any job to get the money in. Absolutely. And some other stars here. Steps. You wouldn't believe this. In the Metro this morning, Steps have claimed they were asked to pay £500 each for their Brit award trophies they won in 2000. Well, you got to pay for your own blooming trophies? Well, I never had to pay for my Blue Peter badge that I won in the 19... Yes, I did. An actual Blue Peter badge. I'll wear it Saturday morning because I'll be down south Saturday. I have a Blue Peter badge. The band won the one-off live award for selling the most concert tickets of any music act the previous year. Lisa Scott-Lee, who's a member of the band, revealed all about the British alleged impudence in an interview with The Independent, with Watkins chiming in, I'm not paying for an award they gave us, so I told them to stick it, and I would as well. How can you charge someone for winning an award? I don't get it. She also said during the interview, we should have got Best Breakthrough the previous year. That was the one they were stolen from us. The award in question was a public vote, but the Brits Awards denied foul play at the time, so they should have won something else. I don't know what they say they did. But that's shocking, isn't it? Have to pay for your own awards on the Brits. I've never heard anything like it. Gosh. And another TV story here. Gino D'Acampo is now hosting Family Fortunes. He's a chef. But why shouldn't someone have many strings to their bows? They do this, this and this. Don't have to do just one thing. Well, according to the Metro, Family Fortunes viewers were pleasantly surprised as Gino D'Acampo took on his first television hosting job. The TV chef took on a new role on the rebooted Family Quiz Show, and fans think he did a great job. Of course, it was started with the great Bob Monkhouse, sadly no longer with us. He recently revealed just how delighted he was to be hosting the show and even practiced playing the board game with his family. It's an honour, and I still can't believe that ITV have asked me to do it. I must watch that, Family Fortunes. I must have a watch of that on the ITV player. I'll tell you what I think of that. Gino questioned the foster family. Oh, it goes on about the questions now. With all the show's original rules plus social distancing, Gino led the two families through a series of rounds, answering survey-based questions given to 100 people surveyed. Funny, they did a survey in the UK recently. 100 people were surveyed. How many of you watched the Chris Reardon show? And no one did. Oh, well. Never mind. Oh, here comes the planes. The RAF boys are at it as well. Did you watch that at all? Gino D'Acampo's Family Fortunes. Was that Sunday night, was it, I suppose? Anyone watch that? Anyone see that? Gino Sheffield D'Acampo, is it? Daniel Holmes watched it last night. Family Fortunes last night. Is that right? Oh, dear. I haven't watched that one. Mark Bowles is sending pictures of cucumbers. Did you not see Jeff's? He's been. Jeff's got an allotment. He's been growing these. Look. There you go, Mark. Can you beat that, my love? If not, don't come round. John watched Family Fortunes with Gino. He's very cute. Yes, indeed, he is. Yeah. Look at that there. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Supermarket deliveries. Tesco's are bracing for panic buying second wave. I've seen a few photos on the Facebook. They're doing it again. The panic buying has started. Funnily enough, last week I just ordered another load of toilet rolls before the panic buying started. Funnily enough, that was the weirdest thing, really. I did exactly the same back in March. Just before they started panic buying, I had ordered a load of toilet rolls, and it's happened again. It's like I've got some sort of premonition that it's going to happen. I don't know. In the Daily Mirror, it says supermarket shoppers have been urged to keep calm and carry on shopping as normal amid fears of a second wave of panic buying. The big chains are desperate to avoid a repeat scene in March when customers stripped the shelves bare. Store bosses insist they now have more than enough stock and delivery shop slots for everyone as tighter lockdown measures creep across the country. So they're saying, don't panic buy. That's in the Daily Mirror and in the Sun. Again, it says supermarket bosses have urged British people not to panic buy as they assured everyone there's plenty of stock and delivery slots. Pictures over this weekend showed shelves already stripped bare as fears loom of another lockdown amid a coronavirus surge. But we've got this announcement on the telly at 11 o'clock this morning from a couple of the scientists that we're hoping to see a little bit later, aren't we? Eh? All right. Has anyone been panic buying yet? I don't know where we're... Oh, dear. What's that one? Yeah, two more stories. We'll get these both in. Daily Mirror. A bridezilla. We keep getting these stories about difficult brides, don't we? Millennials, you see. I mean, it's them again. The blooming millennials. Why are they such a pain, millennials? Why is that? A bridezilla recently hit the headlines after a copy of a text she sent to a wedding guest she was sharing online. In a message, she berated the guest for her choice of wedding gift, a hamper full of sweet treats. Oh, hang on a minute. That's the same story, isn't it? Oh, sorry, that's been rehashed by the newspaper. Or is it another newspaper picked it up? Another newspaper's picked up the same story we did last week. Okay. Well, basically, she sent... I won't even bother reading it, though. Oh, no, hang on a minute. What have they done here? They've mixed up the story with another one. Ah, right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. An RSVP card thought to be for a wedding has come under fire online, with people branding the requests listing here as being tacky. Now, I've been to a few weddings in my time so far. I'm sure you have. Food is all right. It's all right. You can't complain. For Christ's sake, it's a wedding. They are giving you a free meal. And if that be a sit-down meal with roast potatoes and roast beef, or a running buffet with bowls of crisps and sausage rolls, now to me, that is completely irrelevant. How anyone has got the right to judge a wedding by what they're fed, you shouldn't even be at the wedding. How dare you? But some people do. But this bride's got another idea altogether. A photo of the RSVP was shared where people did not hold back their thoughts. The RSVP asked guests to circle the amount of money they intend to give as a gift. The amount of money they will give will equate to the quality of the food they are served. Those who provide more money will be given a better meal. I don't know how your wedding was, if some of you got married. Mine was in a scout hut. First Hampton Scout Hut, which is no longer... I haven't even got scouts there anymore, sadly. It makes me sad to hear that. And the scout leader and his wife did our catering. It was all very basic. Ham rolls, sausage rolls, that sort of thing. You know, that was mine. Other people, you could go to a wedding. My sister had a sit-down meal. The card reads, so that we may prepare for your preferred dinner, please circle your gift level and indicate a meal choice for each person in your party. It then goes on to break down the 4 gift levels: loving gift, silver gift, golden gift, or platinum gift. I mean, it's just shocking. And then it gives you what you can have to eat. Loving gift. Up to this is in America, up to $250, you'll get roast chicken or swordfish. Silver gift, $251 to $500, above choices or sliced steak or poached salmon. Golden gift, $501 to you couldn't make this up. $501 to $1,000, above choices or filet mignon. I have no idea what that is. Is that a posh food? Filet mignon or lobster tails. Or a platinum gift, $1,001 to $2,500, above choices or a £2 lobster plus souvenir champagne goblet. Wow. Vegetarian and kosher meals are available at this level. Please indicate this as your preference. The souvenir champagne goblet is only available at the platinum. Is she running some sort of organisation here? The favour of your reply is requested by the 13th of September. The first level loving gift gets a guest dinner of roast chicken or swordfish, but they'll have to pay up to $250 for it. What do you think of that? Many Reddit users, that's where it was posted, this thing called Reddit, which I've looked at that before. I can't work out how it works. But they were appalled by the RSVP card, but some weren't convinced it was for a wedding, instead suggesting it might be for a charity fundraising event, which sounds more likely, doesn't it, actually? Another person says it's something that you would counter at a charity dinner rather than a wedding. It's still tacky and horrific, but it feeds into the ostentatious desire to flex on other donors found at some charity events. Just well, I wouldn't go to the wedding, would you? You can't believe that. Gosh. In the Daily Mirror this morning, I'm very pleased to read this to you. The Nolans. I had the pleasure of working with the Nolans once in Brighton. I was doing the sound for them, and 5 radio mics, and they were all singing away, and one of the radio mics went down, and one of the Nolan girls, I can't remember which one it was now, but she came over and says, "Oh, the mic's gone." I said, "Oh, give us it back." She said, "Don't worry about it," she said, and just carried on performing, because she's a professional. You know, if something goes wrong, they carry on. They were ever so nice, the Nolans, really nice to me, and I did my best for them. It was packed. The good news is, Linda Nolan rings a hospital chemotherapy bell and gives a joyous thumbs up to celebrate the end of her chemotherapy treatment. Nice one, Linda. Good. Good luck to you, darling. That must be wonderful, having some sort of treatment and getting to the end of it successfully and ringing a bell. Isn't it? The singer, whose sister Anne completed her own chemo course last month, told the hospital staff they had been amazing. She posted a message on social media which read, "I rang the bell today." I love it. Linda added, "It was an amazing feeling. I felt so emotional, especially when all the nurses came out and cheered. It's been such a lovely day." She's 69 now. Anne is 69. Linda's 61. Who were in the family's popular girl band, the Nolans, in the 70s and 80s, received their diagnosis within days of each other in March. I think I told you it. That, can I show you a picture of her? She looks so happy. It's a terrible thing, cancer. Terrible thing. But there she is. Nice one, Linda. She's lost her hair, but that's pretty irrelevant to me. Makes no difference what people look like. What people go through with some of this chemotherapy is quite frightening, really. Linda's next due to have an MRI scan. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006, and she's been told the secondary cancer she now has is incurable after it spread from her pelvis to her liver. But medics at Blackpool's Victoria Hospital now hopes the disease can be contained. So good luck to them. Good luck to her. That's a nice little bit of news there to finish off the main part of the show, isn't it? Daniel lost his mum to cancer. Dreadful. Dreadful. Lots of you have been in contact with it. I'm sure you have, boys and girls. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do today's raffle tickets, boys and girls. Time for raffle tickets. Here we go. Who wants a raffle ticket for next Monday's raffle? Please speak now, oh gorgeous ones. Maureen, you get 261. 261 there for more. Oh, my phone's gone off. Has that gone off? Oh, the text phone's gone off. Oh, dear. Maureen, 261. Anyone else? Tony King, 262. Fran Green, 263. Michael Bowman, 264. Jason Hughes, 265. Why is that 265? There it is. Jason Hughes, 265. John Aitken, 266. Denise Andrews, 267. Mick Davenport, 268. Diane Jebb, 269. Peter Wright, 270. Daniel Holmes, 271. Philip Hutchinson. Good morning, Philip. Sitting there quietly, aren't you there? Thank you, Philip. 272 for you, sir. Mark Bowles, 273. Jeff, 274. Are you coming down again soon, Jeff? Or you sort of done for the year? Some people stop coming to the caravan sort of end of August and you don't see them again till April. Are you coming down again soon or what? Colin, 275. Colin K, 275. East Coast, 276. Gary Ross, 277. Paul and Lou, 278. Ross Herndine, 279. Anyone else, please? If I've missed anyone else, please speak now if you haven't got your raffle ticket yet. Meanwhile, I'll do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 21st of September 2022. Mr. Dan Smith. Good morning, Dan. 38 years old today. Happy birthday to Dan Smith. It says 41. I beg your pardon. Is it 41? Don't know why I saw 38 then. Strange. 41. Happy birthday to you, Dan. Julian Garamendi. Hello to you from Argentina. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. He was listening to us years ago, Julian. Argentina. Happy birthday. Teresa Marie today is 44 years old. Happy birthday, Teresa. Wagner Padua Pereira is 38 years old today. Andrew Fossey is 52. And finally, on their birthday show today, Richard Llewellyn today is 55 years old. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Philip writes, I've been on the side all morning. One of my daughters who lives in Scotland. We've not been able to see for over a year phoned. She's only just rung off. I made her wait for the raffle. Make them wait, Philip. That's the way to do it. Just back Wednesday or Thursday. Yes, I'll be here Wednesday, Thursday. Probably going back Friday. Me, Jeff. Well, that works well, doesn't it? So I'm here to look after the boot 2 vans when you're not here and vice versa. Oh, your Jeff has got the caravan next to me. Your light bulb fell off. You've got like a little... What do you call it? A thing that the plants grow around. With your sweet peas, they look like, I think they've had the best time now, sort of dying off a bit. I've kept them watered. That thing that goes around, you've got a light, but a solar light bulb, like a large light bulb. The glass bit had fallen off. Okay, so I've put it back. I've managed to get it back on. Not quite sure how strong it is. It might fall off again though. The bulb hasn't fallen off. The glass bit came away from its holder. So I've kind of screwed it a little bit. It's on at the moment. But it might fall off again, just to warn you that one, Jeff, all right? I did put it on for you. Also, I let myself in your back gate and I watered the plants in your patio bit there as well. So they're nice and moist. We like it nice and moist. Okay. Alrighty. Is that everyone's raffle tickets? Where do we get to? Let's make sure I've done all the raffle tickets. Mark Bowles, has the draw been done? Well, yes. What was the number of the winner? Well, you'll have to watch back the rest of the show, won't you, dear? You do this every week, dear. What's wrong with you, love? Very disappointed that you're not paying full attention to the whole show. Oh, dear my word. Hope you can join us for the quiz tomorrow night. If you've not been along for the quiz night, that's every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock is our quiz night. That's all. Oh, no, it's not quite ready to go yet. I recorded the music round yesterday, actually, but I haven't finished doing the current affairs questions yet. George Bond has just popped up 280 for you, George. Okay. Make sure you write the numbers down, George. 280, George. 280 for you. Mark's at the gym every week, trying to look fit for me. Well, that doesn't mean I can't possibly give you preferential treatment, even though I love you to death, darling, and fancy the bum off you. Just put my colours on the table now, you know. No point in hanging around, just in case you were trying. Oh, I wonder if he really does fancy me or not. Just banged my flag to the fence, haven't I, really? Oh, dear. George, I saw another request for a ticket. Dylan Hutchinson, thank you, Dylan. Dylan Hutchinson is 281, Dylan. Okay. Right. Now, if you've sent any pictures in recently, okay, just let you know what I'm going to do just after the show. If you've sent any pictures in recently, I'm going to delete all the emails with pictures, okay? So if they haven't come up yet, okay, because it got a bit confusing as people sending in, like, pictures, and then they send in more before the last lot have gone up. I thought, I haven't showed those a lot, so I'm going to delete them all, and we'll start again with those. So if you've got anything to send in, please feel free. Usual email address, oh gorgeous ones, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You can send in pictures, short videos, anything like that you're proud of. Either a picture of a cake or your pet cat. I don't care what it is. As long as you've got a little story with it. Perhaps this is my cat that I adopted when it was 2 years old. Something like that. We want to see it. Send it in. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right. Okie doke. Ready for our little daily game of bingo? Should have got a little bingo ticket for the post today. If you didn't, then you've either won or you're not on the system. Just send us an email again there if you haven't got a bingo ticket this morning, and I'll add you to it. Our daily game of bingo is about to start. For some of you, the highlight of the day is my bingo game. So here we are. Let's bring up the bingo board. There it is. Are you ready? Eyes down. Here comes your first number. Remember, we only play for a full house, not four corners, mark bowls. Not a line, a full house. You need to mark off all the ticket numbers on your bingo ticket. As soon as you've done that, you have 1.5 minutes only to claim. If for whatever reason your claim doesn't come through within that 1.5 minutes in the chat box or by text, be warned, the texts are a bit slow coming through. If for whatever the reason you don't come through within that time, once we've moved on to the number, you've missed it. Okay, we'll move fairly quickly because it's coming up to the special announcement at 11 o'clock. Bye, Fran. Love you. Say goodbye to Fran. Bye, Fran. Love you. Here we go. 3 and 8, 38. 6 and 8, 68. 3-0, blind 30. Thanks very much for all your likes today. Thank you very much, okay? 5 and 1, 51, and thanks to Peter Wright for the tip as well. Thank you, Peter. 2 and 8, 28. 3 and 6, 36. 5 and 4, 54. All the fours, 44. 2 and 9, 29. 4 and 2, 42. 3 and 4, 34. 7 and 8, 78. All on its own, one click, number 6. 8 and 6, 86. 8 and 2, 82. 1 and 9, 19. 5 and 7, 57. 4 and 5, 45. 7 and 6, 76. Hello, Shania. A bit late, darling. 6 and 3, 63. 8 and 1, 81. 7-0, blind 70. 8 and 7, 87. 6 and 5, 65. 6 and 7, 67. 3 and 1, 31. All on its own, number 3. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 7 and 4, 74. 5 and 3, 53. All the 7s, 77. All the 6s, clickety-click, clickety-click. 8 and 5, 85. 3 and 7, 37. 2-0, blind 20. 2 and 7, 27. You still have a ticket if you want, Sean. I'll just put ticket, please. Now, sort it out after the bingo. All right, my love. 6 and 1, 61. Or one untalented fat Gemma Collins, number 8. 4 and 1, 41. 1 and 4, 14. 7 and 3, 73. All on its own, number 5. 2 and 4, 24. 8 and 3, 83. 3 and 2, 32. 4-0, blind 40. 80 blind 80. Boris's Den, number 10. 50 blind 50. All on its own, Kelly's Eye, number 1. One Little Duck, number 2, Quack. 4 and 3, 43. 2 and 5, 25. 1 and 5, 15. 7 and 1, 71. 5 and 8, 58. 7 and 2, 72. 5 and 2, 52. 6 and 9, 69. 2 fat, morbidly obese, no talent whatsoever, Gemma Collins is 88. 2 and 3, 23. All the 3s, 33. 5 and 6, 56. 6-0, blind 60. 4 and 8, 48. 4 and 7, 47. 8 and 4, 84. 4 and 6, 46. All the 5s, 55, and we have a winner on 55, and you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your raffle ticket. Meanwhile, let's do one for Shania. 282 for Shania. 282 Shania. All right, darling? 282. I've got your envelope ready with your brother's winning. What did he win yesterday? A pen and a sticker. It's actually in it, and I left it open in case you won the thing, but you didn't. Unlucky. The fox have got the dugs, is that right? Daniel Holmes wins. Yes, Daniel, correct. All right, let's read those winning numbers. 1, 19, 20, 24, 31, 43, 45, 50. Last number 55, 63, 69, 70, 74, 80, and 83. Well done, Daniel. Let's just delete that game now. There we go. Well done, Daniel. You get the raffle ticket today, which is number 283. 283 for Daniel Holmes. Okay, well done. Well done. Now, one of the things that I'm very good at is actually I can run to a schedule, you know. I think it's possibly in a time when I was doing a radio show years ago, Liberty Radio, with actually Denise's husband, Orton Andrews, and I was on there, and I got used to timing things. So we'd have just finished, just on time, you know, for the next thing to start. And I hope you notice that I've done exactly the same this morning, boys and girls. Because what you want to do now is turn on the news channel. There's some sort of science. A couple of scientists are about to be on the news channel to announce what's going on with this virus and what they're going to have to do. So do that, okay? Put the news channel right on there because there's going to be an announcement at 11 o'clock. Thanks very much for joining us on the show this morning. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:45 UK time. And don't forget, tomorrow night, of course, we've got the quiz as well. That is at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.